Hello friends, I am Mukesh Shah, and thank you for your time. You are aspiring to get a job, and today we'll learn new ways to write a resume that will get you results. Pay attention because you will hear totally new things which are never done for resumes. These are my innovations and will help you get interviews. Please tell me, job aspirants, what's your choice? 100 applications or 10? Learn how to succeed in less than 10 by Mukesh Shah. Listen carefully. I promise you will write a resume no hiring manager can ignore. Let us start with 3 facts. 1. A resume's purpose is to get a job interview, period. 2. A resume must be specific to the job you apply. Never send a generic resume. And 3. A resume is a marketing document, and you are selling your service to the company. Let me ask you, is your resume yucky? Yucky sounds strange, but I use it with a purpose. It reminds you of food, which is the most important aspect of your life. The resume is your most important tool as a job aspirant. You should be as serious about it as you are for food. Let us check. Tell me, how many applications have you sent these last months? And how many responses did you get? You know when a resume is well created, it attracts hiring managers. Hiring managers want to know you. They are interested in you as a human resource to fill their company's requirements. They will take an interest in you when you tell your suitability for the job they are hiring. Everything matters on your resume. Make no mistake, your resume is the cause of your job success. You must interest hiring managers. Your resume must 1. Pass the ATS application tracking software. 2. Get the attention of the recruiter. And 3. Interest the hiring manager. Yes, we will get attention and interest of recruiter and hiring manager, but we will impress them even before they see our resume. See how we get HR attention before they read your resume. It is by how you save your resume. It is important and you are never serious. Be careful because nowadays you send resume via email as an attachment. So file attached will be shown as per the file name you saved it. Mostly candidates give their name and your file will be visible in an email. Your name, resume doc. Now you will give the name as per the job requirement. I suggest, and I always give functional names. Your file name will be your name, Zero Defect Production Pro Resume Doc for production position, or your name, Sales Achiever Resume Doc for a sales position. Think what will recruiter or hiring manager will feel when they see your resume for the first time. What will interest them? Your distinct, unique title or normal name resumes? Now action. Write your resume file name. Yes, you must, it's interactive. You will leave with a responsive resume. Check how it looks on a resume. See name and functional name on resume. Leonard Moore, street, Houston, Texas, 77070. Cell phone, email. Or Leonard Moore, business builder, street, Houston, Texas, 77070. Cell phone, email. As a job seeker, you search job vacancies and know about your interested jobs. It's good, but you must know more than jobs. You should know recruiter and hiring managers, how they function, what they want, what they look for in resumes. How is the job market? Let us start with the job scene. You must understand the job scenario. Jobs are among industry segments, big and small businesses. Half of the jobs are from the small sector. If we consider a small business that has less than 50 employees, their share comes to 1/3 business. You should know where you are trying to get a job. Let us understand how hiring is done. Hiring basic. Every hiring is different. The procedures for hiring are different for every company. You hardly pay attention to it. The company has a specific requirement, and you must meet it. If you meet, you have a chance to get a job. They each have different ways to evaluate and select candidates. The size of the company you are applying is the primary factor for the difference. But one universal truth is you have to convince hiring managers irrespective of the size of the firm. Almost half of the jobs are from the small scale, that is, not having regular HR practices. 1/3 of businesses are of less than 50 employees, and they hardly have ATS and application tracking system. Now let us understand the hiring managers and recruiters. This is important because you are writing them for a job. Now we will try to understand hiring manager's mind. Let us know what recruiters and hiring managers look for in a resume. I give you a list I compiled from the web from posts of reputed recruiters and hiring managers. They look for 1. Most recent role. 2. Company recognition. 3. Overall experience. 4. Gaps. 5. Personal web presence. 6. General logistics. Location. Eligibility to work in the U.S. 7. Overall organization. This includes spelling and grammar. 8. Coherent, relevant storyline in which your past roles are illustrated to be a natural precursor to why you're now applying to this new role. Don't use corporate jargon to sound businessy. Figure out what you've done in the past, write it out in layman's terms, and describe your accomplishments. Simple, clear, and useful format. Formatting. If the resume has some funny looking or unconventional form, it went in the bin. I'm a real sticker for good and simple formatting. Typos. First thing. I abhor typos. Contact information. I'm looking to see if the application bombards me with contact details. All I need to see is their name, a contact number, and an email address. That is it. Job experience. I'm not looking for what company they worked for, but I am looking for several things here. I am looking at how they presented the experience in jobs. 1. I'm also watching the bullet points. I only need 4 or 5. 2. Most importantly, does the position pertain to the job they are applying? 3. Social media. If you put it on your resume, I'm checking it out. The most common social media link that I see is LinkedIn, and it makes sense. I click on it. 4. I also get Facebook and Twitter links. Big mistake. There has been times when the candidate would have had the job because they've had everything we are looking for. Whenever we went over to their Facebook page, they lost it. Remember to self-censor when you post Facebook or Twitter, or any social media outlet for that matter. Things they rarely pay attention to. Fancy formatting. Uncomfortably personal details. Things they wish more people would do. Bring personality to the resume. Include URLs for other web presences. Things they wish people would stop doing. Using templates. Mailing, faxing, or hand-delivering paper resumes. Do not pass the geo. Sending resumes addressed to the CEO ends up on my desk, unopened. We laugh at people who do this. Exaggerating titles and responsibilities. Eventually, the truth comes out. What irks them? Lack of keywords. Objectives. Exaggeration. References upon request. Templates. They hate templates. What they like. We like a plain and simple resume. We like resumes which are easy on the eyes. We like resumes which are short. That's not to say if you have a compelling resume, we won't read more, but that is rare. Me personally, 2 pages, maybe 3. Takeaway from HR Mind. Not to do. 3 things you should not do are 1. Templates. 2. Fancy formatting. 3. Objectives. You do. The only thing you should focus on is experience and what you can give to the company. Tell up front to the HR managers, what can you contribute to them? Tell your experiences with success stories, and HR managers look for achievement and action takers. We see the HR mind, now we have to attract them. Here is how you will attract recruiters and hiring managers. You know what HR looks for in the resume. Now let's learn how to attract them. Internet and LinkedIn is full of pro stories with experience of recruiters and hiring managers. They are essential, so you understand they're working. The key is your suitability for the job, and you should expect the fact that unless you match their company's criteria, you will not get a response. Your resume is the first contact with them, so spend time with the recruiter whose requirements you meet. You have to attract them and create an interest in you through your resume. Let me show you how to do it. Well, as said, you have 6 seconds to convince the recruiter that you are worth considering. You do it. Then they will read your resume. If you convince them that you have the necessary skill the company is looking, you clear one gate. The answer is a headline. Resume headline. Put a headline on your resume. I know you'll be surprised with the headline. It's perception because a standard resume never has a headline. But think beyond the resume and ask what gets attention in any communication, newspaper, or media. The answer is a headline. No dispute. You must get the attention of recruiters and hiring managers. Let us learn how to craft a headline. Headline passes 6-second scan test and compels HR to read your resume, and that must be your goal. A headline must tell your suitability to the company. My headline recipe: Will, company name, hire, your name plus functional name, as post, who has a success record with all the companies he has worked, or an average Joe. Here are example headlines. 1. Will Walmart hire Mukesh Shah, PPC Pro, as a digital advertising manager, who has a success record with all the companies he's worked, or an average Joe? 2. Will Walmart hire Mukesh Shah, PPC Pro, who will bring $2 for every $1 spent as a digital advertising manager? Now write your headline. You see a resume with and without headline. Attracting recruiter is enough, but hiring managers must be dealt different. Hiring managers decide your fate. Hiring managers are a hard nut to crack. The issue is applying for the right job. Most applicants who are not successful 90% of the time do not match their skill and experience with job requirement. I wonder how one applies to 100 plus jobs. It's insane to do it after 5 or say 10 applications. There must be something wrong with you, why you spend time and money when you don't get results. Please understand, it's not a numbers game, it's a matching game. Match your skill with the job requirement. After you are convinced that you match the job requirements, then think about what to tell HR. When you match the skills needed by companies, tell the recruiters and hiring managers, you are the best fit. Their only interest is to know, 1. Are you fit for the job? And 2. How you performed the job functions they are hiring for. And the best way to tell is story. The story is branding. It's your trump card, and you will put it between the name and experience. It has a subhead. You will tell the hiring manager, you are the best fit for the job, and tell your story. It must tell, you fulfill the job requirement, how you developed, the challenges you faced, how you handled it, and your struggle. Story example. This is for an insurance pro, and the story will be on the resume between name and experience. Story title usually should be About Me or Why Me. About me. I love insurance because it is people's business. I enjoy making people recognize insurance value. I contribute by creating and revising products. Moving a company towards its mission and goals inspires me to perform. I created 20 new products, which resulted in millions of dollars in revenue. I did it through agents. Revised contract policy language and settled hundreds of unfiled lawsuits against the company, which resulted in a direct bottom line result in claims mitigation dollars. Started insurance study classes and achieved a 100% increase in the number of CPCU credentialed employees. Facilitated multiple employee appreciation events, which increased employee engagement and satisfaction. People are not difficult because I connect with them and explain the reason for the change. It must be understood by all involved to the lowest level. Their understanding of why of it, and their input/help is crucial for the success of the team. Now let us learn how to craft your story. Let us start writing your branding story. The subhead, About Me, will work in every position. Other good subhead is My Success Track. In the story, you are addressing HR's common grievance that resumes hardly talk. By telling your story, you will reveal your personality. These 5 questions, you answer them, and you can create your story from the answers. Questions. 1. What inspired you to become what you are? 2. What made you fall in love with it? 3. Where has it tested you and where has it rewarded you? 4. The finest moment of your career so far. And 5. What are you best at and want to tell it to others? Write 2 to 3 sentences for each answer, and then your story will emerge from it. Few can be your bullets. The example I gave above was from prose answers. You will attract hiring manager, but convincing hiring managers is a task. The story, headline, and functioning title you show will be on your resume. They will attract and interest HR, but you need to do something more. Hiring managers must feel you are the one he/she is looking for. You have got their interest now. The task is to convince them that you are the best fit. Remember, hiring managers don't read, they comb resumes when interested. Here come your experiences. Your usual experience bullets like accomplished, developed, supervised, coordinated. These won't work. Every bullet must be a statement telling HR that you have the experience and performed well. It must be what the company is looking for. Your experience has 80% weightage given by hiring managers. You must present experience the way HR like, and experience bullets relate to job requirement functions. Example, Senior Product Champion, Executive Account Leader, Business Development Manager, Project Operations Specialist, Halliburton Energy Services, Houston, 2011 to 2015. To establish long-term client relations, I delivered top-notch client relations and support, consistently meeting and exceeding requirements and needs for an array of clients: Hess, Noble Energy, Shell, Repsol, Statoil, Addex Resources, BP, Cobalt, Maersk Drilling, Perenco, EOG Resources. To increase productivity and efficient resource utilization, I analyzed and improved departmental operations, establishing new procedures. Make sure your resume has relevant functions in each experience as per the job requirement. Mostly, you hardly give results you must give in the bullet, except for maybe a legal issue mentioning the result. HR love results. 3 to 4 bullets are enough. Education. Writing education is a no-brainer. Put your degrees, professional certification, and skills. You are aware of resume 5 sections. We also keep 5 sections, but with a difference. Here is resume format. Note we have a functional name below your name. Then we have a headline after your name, contact info, followed by your story, which has a subhead, About Me. At the end of a story, we have a trigger. After we have experience, education, and where space permits, skills also can be put. You have seen resume creation, but to do it, you need some preparation. Let us talk about it. And first, you create career information master file. For career, you must have up-to-date information ready, and for that, you must have a file with all the relevant info. In a Word, start a new document, and then name the file your name, Career Master File. Information Master File is the foundation. Spend time and write maximum detailed information about yourself. Write from your early school days to current positions. Write about all the activities you did. You will have all creative information. Your differentiation will create from the information you write in your career master file. It's your trump card, so be serious. Write job function, performance, how you performed and did the job, milestone, recognition, prize, colleagues' comments, superior/boss comments, promotion, and challenges and how you handled it, etc. Write whatever you did, more the better, for each job. It could be several pages. Here, try to quantify your work experience. It is to give you a competitive edge. Write as much as you can about all your work experience. If you are fresh out of school or college, write about school-college year activities, study experience, college internships, assistantships, library, fun activities, sports, travels, awards, prizes, efforts, challenges, etc. Write detailed working style, method liked by others, changes you did, increase or decrease impacting results, etc. Write something interesting about your every experience, your nickname if any recognition, etc. Quantify your work and tell about your results in numbers. The presentation will be very effective. We want to quantify your work. After taking care of all the career information, the next thing you must understand is your mindset. Let me explain. Positioning for resume. HR manager wants to know, who are you and what is in it for me? There may be hundreds of applicants, but you can shine out when you position yourself. You should not only position yourself, but also define and tell how you are different. Think you are meeting HR manager of the company you are applying. A resume is you in person, virtually. What do you do when you meet someone? Or what do you say when someone asks you what you do? Most of us say something like, I am a lawyer, or I am an engineer. Examples of a conversation with an HR manager. Example 1. Question. Hi Mukesh, what do you do? Mukesh. I do creative online advertising and bring $2 for every $1 spent. Question. How do you do that? Mukesh. I use compelling headlines to help businesses get their messages across. I am a trained headline writer. This is you explain a process. Now he is interested. He is nodding and wants to know more, so keep talking. Example 2. Now let us look at an average conversation. Hi Mukesh, what do you do? Mukesh, I do advertising. That's cool. Which newspapers and magazines do you do? It's now too late to steer the discussion because it's already taken a different track. In the first conversation, I could control the line of questioning. It ensured that my message got through, undiluted. You now know why positioning is so vital. Remember, headlines is your positioning statement. Because headlines are a visual and people tend to relate to them and are 80% responsible for reading your message. You have learned headline, so take a position with it. You remember trigger and subhead. Usually recruiters and hiring managers first scan a resume and then read if interested. Trigger and subheads are for scanners to get their attention. Subhead, about me or why me, is the title of the story. In the story, you should put subheads. Trigger, you will add an asset. Me to your team is a trigger. The resume should be a 2-page document. We conclude with recap. Let us recap what you must do for a resume. 1. Attract HR. Functional title, headline. 2. Interest the hiring manager, the story. 3. Take position. I am the best fit. 4. Love the hiring managers. Match your skill set with the job requirement. 5. Experience is most important. Be careful crafting bullets. 6. Never ever send a generic resume. Resume must be specific to the job. I will end with, you need 3 things for job success. They are 1. A resume. 2. A LinkedIn profile. And 3. A network. Remember, LinkedIn profile and network is for reaching pros who can help you with your desired job hunt. I have written a book covering all 3 in detail. This book has how-to guides for headline, title, and stories, the best practices for all the feature sections of a LinkedIn profile, how to grow your network with 30 minutes daily or 3 hours a week. You can buy my book on Amazon. The book is Job Aspirants. What's your choice? 100 applications or 10? Learn how to succeed in less than 10 by Mukesh Shah. The Amazon link is in the description.